It's the 50th episode. It's the 50th.
You need to call it. I can't call it for you. It wouldn't be fair. I didn't put nothing up. Yes, you did. You've been putting it up your whole life.
I hate to interrupt Anton Chigurh, but welcome to Hate to Interrupt. I'm Ethan from youtube.com/Gulif, and this is episode 50, and I am joined by...
Nick from Stop Culture.
I'm the Rizzler, aka VHS guy.
Yeah, and so today we're going to be talking about a lot of things. I have a hunch that this might be our longest episode yet. I'm not entirely sure of that, but it very well could be with all the stuff we have on the docket. Because first, we're going to talk. Well, I should mention the way we chose these three movies is we each picked whatever we felt like our favorite movie at this very moment was, wherever we recorded last week. We're just going to talk about that to celebrate 50 episodes. So I chose No Country for Old Men. Nick chose Tropic Thunder, and Ethan chose The Iron Giant, which is what we're going to be starting with today. So Ethan, wait. Also, before that, we're also going to do a Q&A section after. But so Ethan, why did you choose The Iron Giant?
Iron Giant's one of those movies. It was it's just kind of special. Holds a special place in my heart. It was probably my favorite, like growing up, my favorite animated movie, and it was the first ever movie as a kid to make me like legitimately cry. That and Bridge to Terabithia, because I think that made every kid cry. But no, and it was one of those where I watched it as a kid, loved it so much, and then I had a huge gap where I didn't watch it and went, oh man, I haven't seen Iron Giant in a while. What if it sucks? And then I went back and rewatched it. I was like, this movie fucking slaps. I had good taste when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I love this movie so much. I love the animation. I think it's Brad Bird's best work.
Wait, what else has Brad Bird done?
He did The Incredibles.
Incredibles.
Oh, and that's also really...
Which is also really good.
That's also really good. I think it's
Incredibles
good, but
2 specifically.
I prefer Iron Giant, but I still think they're both incredible.
Dude,
Pun intended.
I've never seen The Incredibles, and maybe I saw The Iron Giant when I was a kid. I don't.
Have
really
you never
know.
seen The Incredibles?
I don't know, dude. I think I had a phase, like when all those movies were coming out, I had a phase where I was like, "Oh, that's animated. I'm not going to go watch it," and then I just never did.
It's genuinely so good.
I know,
like
but
my dad.
I was like a teenager.
My dad's
I was like,
it's a
I don't
cartoon.
know.
I don't watch cartoons. I'm a grown adult.
That
But
was
you were
literally
like,
my vibe.
But you were like a young teenager. Like, what year did Incredibles come out? You were like 10 years old when
2005?
Incredibles came out. Yeah, you were like 10 years old.
Or maybe I just missed it, and I never thought to watch it in high school or something. I don't know.
That's
like
wild.
prime
That's
Incredibles
Nick
years.
lore.
Yeah, I've never seen Incredibles.
I hate that about it. That's my least favorite quality about you. You didn't watch cartoons as a kid.
No, I did. This is why it's confusing. I did watch cartoons as a kid, but once I guess I hit a phase where I was just like, I'm not really interested in The Incredibles. I think I might have saw Iron Giant because that reminds me of James and the Giant Peach or something, and I like that movie. So I feel like maybe I saw
That's
that,
crazy.
Nick, this might pique your interest. It's probably the best Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, people have been saying that throughout.
It actually is.
Yeah, because all the characters are more or less based on the Fantastic
Four.
They're
loosely based. It's like the Thing is basically the dad, and then the mom, the stretchy mom is Mr. Fantastic, sort of. They change around the dynamics, but yeah, for the most part,
it's all about family.
It's all about family. And speaking of family, this movie stars Vin Diesel. What did you guys think of Iron Giant?
I love the movie, but I think it's hilarious how he just keeps getting roles voicing characters that like aren't. Well, not even that. It's like voices that are like hardly even actually his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if Ethan didn't tell me that it was Vin Diesel, I would have never really known.
No.
The voice is so affected in post that you can't really tell that it's him. I guess if you really squint, you can, but I don't know.
There's a couple moments where you can hear him shining.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I genuinely loved this movie. I thought the animation was really cool, like very expressive, unique kind of animation for the time. Like I feel like I didn't really see another movie around that time that looked that way. I don't know if you guys would disagree, but as you know, I also wasn't really an animation guy. So.
I'd say a lot of the Warner Brothers stuff around the same time, maybe not the same quality, but they had like the same kind of like style to it.
Like Space Jam?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know
about that.
That's a Warner Brothers animated film from around that time.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about specifically though? What other Warner Brothers? Because I'm trying to think.
I'll pull out some Googles.
Did they do Brave Little Toaster?
The brave little toaster. Oh yeah, and
I don't think they did.
what's
Oh,
the one
okay,
where
never
it's
mind.
like the one where Dr. Screw Eyes or Professor Screw Eyes? Is that before? I don't know what that.
Dr. Screw Eyes is.
You
is
guys
that
know what I'm talking
the,
about? Professor
the-
Screw
the-
Eyes.
I have no idea what you're
All right,
talking
never mind.
about.
Never mind. We're going off the rails, guys. I'm sorry. That was my fault.
Sorry,
That's
yeah.
my fault. But okay, so the Iron Giant. Yeah, I was incredibly impressed by this movie. I felt like
Osmosis Jones.
Oh, there you go.
I could see that. Yeah, but no, I totally agree with you about having like a very powerful emotional center between Hogarth and the Iron Giant, and I really obviously love the Superman parallels, like how integral Superman lore is to this movie, and the fact that his entire character arc is seeing him as a Superman and not that Atomo like metal kaiju,
Do y'all-
the other
Which
guy.
is basically
y'all-
what he was sent to the planet to be.
Do y'all think that this script was originally Superman, or if that was like kind of pushed in by Warner Brothers once they bought the script?
I don't
That's
think so. I
interesting.
feel like I mean maybe, but I feel like it's got too much of a pause, like
But
a
there could have
natural
been any
mesh.
there could have been any kind of placeholder superhero though, like
That's very
at-
true.
Yeah,
like in
but
the
like-
original
true.
script.
I guess that's true, but I mean, like this movie wouldn't work if it was like Iron Man, or Like, I mean, maybe,
But it
but
could
like,
but it could have been like a Superman analog, because
Yeah,
if you're
that's
trying to
true.
make if you're trying to
it's
make a
Power
spec
Man
script,
is here.
yeah, exactly.
I think maybe possibly, but the thing about the Iron Giant is like the entire plot kind of centers around him being impossible to keep away from people, and they're just trying to because he's so gigantic and like so foreign to anyone. Like if a superhero comes down and they look like a human, that's like you can kind of blend them in a little bit easier. But how the fuck do you blend in the Iron Giant? You know,
Who's like 60 feet tall.
Yeah, like
and
his
super loud.
just how huge he is and how foreign he is to everyone who sees him is like such an integral part of the plot. So I feel like it has to be at least like a monster sort of movie, like a monster becoming a human sort of movie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and also like the voice acting was just top notch. Like Shooter McGavin as the bad guy, he's
He's
so good.
Yeah.
He was so good.
What's
And then Jennifer
Kit
Aniston-
Mansley work for the government?
And Jennifer Aniston was great too. She's super recognizable as Jennifer Aniston because she just
Yeah.
has the voice.
People have the thing for that mom.
but
A lot of people have the thing for that mom.
Yeah.
like Dexter's mom.
Basically, like Dexter's mom, like Elastigirl. She's one of those characters.
I can see it.
She's less thick. She's less thick than those other characters though.
I have to ask both of you: did either of you cry during this movie?
Yes, I
Fuck
did.
yeah.
I did cry. I
I
cried in
had-
multiple parts.
I had the facial twitch that I could have allowed myself to,
Where you
but
feel
I
it in your
was,
sinuses?
yeah, but I held it back intentionally. But had I not, I would have.
What multiple parts for you, Nick?
The one that sticks out to me is right before the Iron Giant sacrifices himself, and he makes that callback to the lines that Hogarth said in the beginning, like "You stay, no following." Like that was, dude. That's great writing. That is just
That's so
excellent
good.
fucking writing. You know, no
That and
notes.
the deer part. The deer part was pretty
Oh
sad
man,
too.
that
Yeah,
was
dude.
really. And also, like, it's a movie that gets surprisingly deep, where he's just like, well, when you die, your soul goes to heaven, and it's like, do I have a soul? And it's like, well, I don't know. Do you you sleep? So I think you might. Like, I'm just like, damn, this is a kids movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. This movie doesn't feel like it's dumbed down for children at all.
It's not
Like
talking
it doesn't.
down to kids.
Yeah, it obviously doesn't push the button too far, but it's a movie for like families. It's not just a movie for children.
And it's also incredibly critical of the U.S. intelligence community, which I also really love. And they hate the FBI in this movie. It's fucking awesome. but yeah, no, that scene that you're talking about souls don't die. That was another tearjerker for me. Just like watching this Iron Giant grapple with the fact that he might be immortal or not be immortal, or what life actually means for him. Like. And then just staring up at the stars saying souls don't die is like such a powerful fucking image. Like there's so many powerful moments in this movie, unironically. And like you're saying, they don't dumb it down for kids, but in subject matter, like it's easy for them to comprehend. But it's also some dark shit in this movie, like the fact that the government stooge dude just fucking he like chloroforms Hogarth and puts him to bed. Like that's so fucking
and then
beyond.
Interrogates him, and
and threatens to basically just make him and his mom's lives unlivable, so they get separated and he gets picked up by the state. Like all this terrible shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Such a good villain because like he's clearly like a joke. Like they constantly, the plot does things to just mock him, where he's just like, "Tell me again what you saw." A giant metal man.
Yeah.
He's laughing over the phone, and then like he gets like X-laxed and all this other stuff, and he gets his head slammed in the door, which was some great animation, by the way. You pause the frames during that, you just get his face per frame smushed into it. So good.
Yeah, I love.
He's definitely the butt of the joke constantly.
I love that phone call scene where when he gets his car eaten and he's freaked out, he finally believes it. So he goes to Hogarth's house to call his boss. And the whole time, like the whole introduction of this character, he's presenting himself as like calm, cool, like super confident. I got it all handled. And then you find out when the second he calls into work, he just like shrinks into this like shriveled little man.
General.
Yeah, he's like, you find out he has no power, which for a movie like this, like they didn't have to do that. You know, they could have just presented him as he was presented in the first 5 minutes, but they really chose to complicate it and make it more of a round character, which, I mean, it's a fun.
And even
wait, is this a kids movie, by the way? Like, is it even a kids movie?
it is a kids movie.
I'd say so.
Because I mean, it's pretty fucking. The writing is excellent.
Movie.
You know, like the writing is so damn good.
But this is like the era of those movies that were for everybody. Like there was Treasure Planet. There was Titan AE. There was what's the fucking other one?
I would not
Ants.
say Titan AE is a kids movie. Ants is fucked up.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like all these kind of movies in this like era of like family movies were like very dark.
Yeah,
Titan AE is totally. I guess was it PG-13?
I think it was. Yeah, this is not PG-13. This was PG, I believe.
I feel like if there was a scene where an adult cornered a child in a garage, interrogated him, and then put a rag of chloroform over his face, that would be a PG-13 movie for sure.
Yeah,
know?
but if you think about like movies from like think about like E.T. and stuff, and like movies of like the Goonies and all those kind of movies, like back in the day, all kinds of weird, fucked up shit kind of happened in those movies, and it's kind of fluffed over by the plot.
Yeah, I think the ratings agencies were more lenient back then.
Yeah, I also just really love the setting. I think having it set during like Cold War era and all this like paranoia through the government and having the government act as a villain is just such a fun backdrop, and like thrown up against like the small town Rockwell vibe where it's just like we're going to the diner and there's a squirrel in there, and then it's like,
I think the period piece setting worked really well.
Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I loved was whenever he first has the crash landing and he's going to like find the giant, where he's in his house and he's just watching that like horror movie. I really I really wanted to watch the entire horror movie that they were animating. It was so funny.
As I was a kid, I didn't like horror movies. I was like, oh, this is great because I'm watching like someone else be frightened by a movie because I can't handle it. So I'll just watch a fake movie that they're watching.
Yeah,
just the alien brain just scarfing his head.
And I also just love like even the detail there where it's like the acting is so like, what is supposed to be like a 30s or 40s movie or whatever.
I think it takes place in the 50s.
No, it's 50s.
Yeah, oh no, the movie in the movie.
No, the movie in the movie.
Yeah,
the movie that Hogarth is watching. He's like, I've left my keys. Hold on. The light switch isn't working. Like it's so over animated and it's so good.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to think of anything negative to say about this movie, if I'm being honest.
I will say something. I think this movie's trash. No, it's fine. No, I love it. I will say there's two cuts of this movie. I forgot the names or the naming differences are. But there's one where I think it's after the soul talk, or maybe it's before the soul talk. It's around that time Iron Giant's sleeping, and then he has a dream where it shows him on the surface of the planet, you know, with a bunch of other Iron Giants, like doing like basically it kind of spoils what happens to him in the end. And I don't think that cut is as good. I think the theatrical cut that does not have that scene is way better because it keeps the mystery going.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I did watch the version that spoiled it.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good. It kind of just takes away that like punch near the end, which as a kid it's scary.
It just
and
felt
sad,
kind of
but
random. It felt
really
kind of
does.
random because it shows it to Dean, and then he's just like, "What the fuck?" And then it just kind of brushes past it.
Yeah, I also think like as a kid, that scene where he's like that, like talking about heavy things, he thinks Hogarth is dead. He thinks his like 8-year-old is dead, and he fully picks up his body, and then just goes like, "Okay, I'm gonna murder the entire U.S. military," and then it becomes like a kaiju,
and he shoots like a neutrino bomb into the ocean.
Oh my god, I couldn't believe that explosion. I was like, Jesus Christ.
All of Hawaii is gone.
Yeah, it's the biggest explosion. Like they didn't have to go that hard with that. I was like, holy shit. That kind of like
it's so cool.
It made it funny in a way, like how just insanely huge
Absurd.
it was. I was like, what the fuck?
You want to know what's inevitable and kind of sucks? This movie is definitely eventually going to get a live action remake, and it's going to suck.
Oh
yeah.
I really hope they don't touch it. That sounds like a really bad idea.
They have to. They're definitely going to.
I mean, but Warner Brothers doesn't seem to be as into that as Disney is, though. That's they have they even
like Universal's.
They haven't really done that very much. I don't think, as far as I'm aware of.
I don't think so. I think the best case is Brad Bird actually writes a sequel of some kind, which would be kind of cool.
I don't think it even needs one. Because honestly, the one thing for me is I think it's not necessary, but I'm okay with it. I don't know if I would have preferred the ending if there was no screw ending.
I like the screw ending, honestly.
I feel like
it only makes sense
to show his whole body.
Yeah, I don't think they need to show his whole body, but I think the entire scene after he gets hit by the train is like implying that that's the case, right? Like it was setting something up.
Yeah.
So wait, you're saying that it's implying that he was alive the whole time?
That he can't die.
So Ethan, you wish it was just a little bit more ambiguous, like maybe you just see the screw leave and then it ends. Like I think that might have been a better ending.
I think showing his face and being like, a little too much for me. I think I'm like, all right, I would have preferred more ambiguity. Like knowing he's alive, but you don't need to show me his whole body. All the pieces coming together. It's fine, but these are nitpicks because I still think this is a perfect movie.
I also think think about how tight this script is. This movie was less than 30 minutes, excluding the credits.
Yeah, and it's 86 minutes.
It told such a complete story.
He means less than an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's okay. But yeah, no, that's totally true. I mean, I can't think of a scene that doesn't fit or doesn't advance the plot perfectly or advance the themes. I mean, I think it's just fucking great. I mean, my favorite part is the moment when what's his name, Ken Mansley. Yeah, he orders the bomb like directly onto everyone.
Oh my gosh,
Mansley, the bomb is attracted to is locked onto the target.
Where's the giant, Mansley?
Yeah.
Oh. Nobody let him leave. He's gonna die for his country,
like a good soldier.
Yeah,
that's so good too. Just like complete total idiot.
And I love how the Iron Giant's just like, nope, you're dying too. Just smashes his hand down.
No. Yeah. I've seen edits. You talked about the emotional part where he's like, you stay, I go, no following. I've seen bits where he's just like, you go, I stay, no following, and he grabs Hogarth and flings him into the missile.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That reminds me of in Tropic Thunder when a TiVo destroys a missile. Another small object destroying a missile. No, but yeah, overall, Iron Giant to me is a prime example of they really don't make them like this anymore. Like I know that feeling is kind of it's kind of a contrived take, and of course they're always making good stuff. But this movie feels like the writing of it is excellent and so linked in with the time that it came from that even if we get good stuff today, we don't really get good stuff that feels like this anymore, which I don't appreciate.
What's the last movie made for kids that was this good for everybody?
I don't know if you guys have seen Soul, but that is a really really damn good movie.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't like it that much.
I thought Soul was great.
I've kind of blacklisted Pixar movies.
I'm not a big Pixar guy, but I love that movie.
Did you guys see their new slate is like 5 movies and like 4 out of 5 are sequels?
I didn't notice that, but have y'all also noticed that they've kind of been flying under the radar? Like back in the day, it used to be like a big deal when a Pixar movie gets released, and now like you hardly even hear about them. Like there's been like 3 that released. I'm like, when the fuck did that come out?
Yeah. They just did that Elio one where the kid wants to get
abducted,
and
they didn't advertise that thing at all. I didn't see any ads for it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not really that torn up about the fall of Pixar or whatever. I was never really a big Pixar guy. I mean, I love Toy Story and shit. And is the Lion King Pixar or no?
Bug's Life?
Yeah,
no, Lion King's just Disney animation.
Okay. Well, either way, Pixar was great. But you guys want to do ratings for Iron Giant?
Let's do ratings. I think this is a perfect this is a masterpiece. 10 out of 10. One of my favorites.
I'll also give it a 10 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's also a 10 for me.
Fuck yeah. I know how to pick them.
Yeah, and
Queen sweep.
This is the first time I've ever seen the movie. Or at least the first time I remember seeing it. I might have seen it before I could remember things, but I don't know.
Before I could remember things.
But yeah, great.
All right, so next movie is going to be No Country for Old Men. Nick, why did you suggest this movie?
So, No Country for Old Men, I mean, partially I chose it because it's one of my favorite movies ever. Like at this very moment, I guess it does feel like my favorite movie ever, which is why I picked it. But that list is liable to change from day to day. So, but also I think another big reason why I pick it is because me and Nick, I think on the podcast a lot, have this sort of argument about the role of themes in movies, you know, like not just how artists should employ them in their work, but also how like critics and people who do analysis like we do, like how we should interpret it or if we should even care about them at all. But I feel like if we're looking for a movie that's a perfect example of how to work flawlessly on both fronts, like plot and theme, I can't think of a better example than No Country for Old Men, because the plot is this like extremely exciting, masterfully crafted neo-noir western cat and mouse game, you know, and then under that, like looming behind the whole narrative is Tommy Lee Jones and him grappling with the fact that Anton Chigurh represents this new and uncertain and like unfathomably evil violence that he sees as infecting them, like a modern world that he no longer belongs in, you know. I mean, that's kind of just the tip of the iceberg, but for me that's like all I want in a movie is to work on both of those fronts, and I can't think of one that does it better than this, you know.
Yeah, I agree. And I think watching this has like made me really wish the Coen Brothers would work together again and stop making these dog shit movies.
Because man, it's a masterpiece. This is like legitimately one of the best movies I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was the first time when I was younger, because I think I saw this in early high school. I finished it and I was like, I don't understand what the fuck happened, but I'm so intrigued and want to know why. And I think that's like one of the best things a movie could do for you, or any piece of art.
Right.
Well, I think like it does such a good job of like kind of showing that like unimaginable evil that you were talking about, right? Like I think Chigurh is like such an iconic villain, like more than almost any that I can think of. He's up there with like at least top 5 villains of all
Thanos?
time.
What do you guys think would Anton Chigurh would react to seeing Thanos?
Because I think it's become such a big thing nowadays to like make us understand the villain and make the villain be some person we can sympathize with so we understand their point of view. And I don't think they try to do that at all with him. I think they're just like, you're not supposed to understand his evil. Like he just is, you know? And
you don't, like, part of him doesn't even feel like a real person. Like it doesn't, like the way he operates is like, is this person a walking metaphor for evil?
He's just the embodiment of evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
He says that.
Explanation.
He says that. Remember when he goes up to that's like the strangest part of the movie to me is the whole like Stephen Root's role in the whole thing, because apparently he hires Carson Wells, like Woody Harrelson's character, but I'm pretty sure that they both are representatives of the cartel. Like in some, they're connected to the Mexican cartel in some way, and they're like hiring guys to go after Anton at this point.
Woody Harrelson's character is so weird to me because like he's like kind of a good guy, and like I just don't understand what his role was.
Yeah,
to get blasted in a chair by a silent shotgun.
I think maybe what it is he sort of represents it's kind of like a Dark Knight thing almost, where it's like one character represents order and the other character represents chaos, which is like, I mean, Anton Chigurh has a sort of order to him, but he's still like probably the most chaotic dude you can imagine. He's just going up to random people and killing them. Saying Carson Wells, that's what that whole like, if the rule you followed brought you to this, of what use was the rule. He's just kind of like calling out Carson Wells for being a slave to rules and patterns while structure, while he's kind of obviously representing chaos.
Well, I think Anton Chigurh doesn't have like morals or any kind of like guide points. He just has some like false morals that kind of give him like an excuse to be as shitty as he is. Like he can blame the coin instead of himself whenever he does something terrible, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
I also. No, go ahead.
No, I don't know. Like, I agree with you, Nick. I think Anton Chigurh is probably the best movie villain that I can even think of. I think Javier Bardem gives such an incredible performance in that role. But like, for me, the primary reason why I love him is like on one side of the coin, he represents this kind of like random chance violence, but on the other side, he's kind of very meticulous. He's preordained, and there seems to be some kind of structure to the way he operates and the way he engages with violence, which makes me feel like he's kind of this like holistic representation of all the different sorts of violence that we see in the modern world today. Like on one side, random acts of violence, which would be like school shootings or mass shootings, and then on the ordered, like preordained side of violence is this state sanctioned violence that we see every day and becomes normalized and we consume and makes us all insane, which is why Bell, the sheriff, was ultimately right about everything. Like the modern world is fucked and everyone is becoming like Anton Chigurh. I think. Not everyone, but the violence is increasing, So I think he's
there's
right,
also
ultimately.
There's also weird moments where like the film tries to sort of like humanize him. Like whenever he has the wreck at the end, he's like looking at the kids like fondly, almost like he's like kind of wishing he was a kid again, you know what I mean? So like I feel like it gives you little like glimpses into like some kind of human he might have been in some other life.
There's also kind of an interesting parallel you see, because like you said, he looks fondly on those kids like missing something, but when he is in that immediate car crash, the kids like without asking are like, I'll give you my shirt, like can I help you, whatever, and then like they even deny the money at first, and then you have that scene paralleled with Josh Brolin's character where he is bleeding and is like clearly dying, and he's like, give me your shirt, and the guy's like, well, how much do you want to give me for it? So like that, like the older you get, the more your morals and like kindness kind of fade, which kind of leads back into this whole theme about the world changing.
Yeah,
I think it's really interesting.
So Nick, you thought you guys both thought he was looking back at those kids like, I was a kid once.
No,
I didn't necessarily think that. He is so dead-eyed in this movie that when he looked back at those kids, I was honestly thinking he was like, how can I kill these kids? Like,
can I just run over?
But like,
did they witness me killing Moss's wife? Like that kind of thing.
I don't think it's necessarily based on like how he like looked at them, but I think that he wouldn't have dropped his guard enough to like get into a wreck like that, being as careful as he is, unless he was like letting his mind slip elsewhere, into somewhere that's like uncomfortable for him.
It wasn't even that's a good point, I think, but he was just going through a green light and the guy just ran it. Like sometimes there's no way to avoid that, most of the time people don't look at right or left when they go through a green light. Like the accident wasn't his fault,
I think it's also kind of interesting that he's a character that acts with no rules or anything. And he essentially anyone that does a good thing or tries to help in this movie kind of gets fucked over or killed. And he, in the same way that he like kind of doesn't obey any like sense of structure, someone disobeys structure on like opposite of his end, and that's kind of it's just chaotic. You're gonna get fucked up even if you're playing by the rules of chaos in a way.
Yeah. So I mean, you can go on, Nick.
Well, I was gonna say we haven't mentioned it, but Josh Brolin as Llewellyn was really, really good. So good. And yeah. I mean, this was like his big like push back into like the spotlight, right? He hadn't really been in that much.
I think he wasn't
up to this.
Yeah, he wasn't really. I don't think he was like a big dramatic actor? Was he Jonah Hex before
No,
this?
he was in dramatic roles on and off, but I think it wasn't like a leading man material a lot.
No, I mean he's fucking excellent in this movie. Like the entire extended sequence when he first finds the trucks in the circle, the dead dogs, everybody, the aftermath of the shootout, and then he goes and finds the case of money, and when he opens it, he's like, all right, just like no reaction. It's so funny. Like the entire time, he doesn't really show any emotions besides like being mildly annoyed or scared.
Is he supposed to be like some kind of a like symbolism for like human greed, or like what is his character's symbolic reference?
Yeah, I guess he could definitely be the lengths that people will go to attain money and attain wealth, and how they're just like,
or not even. I didn't see it that way. I saw it more like how people's morals are willing to be bent for money and for things like that. Not necessarily like the lengths you'll go to get rich, but like how money can cause you to do things. Yeah, it can corrupt people.
Yeah, but what did he even do that was corrupt? I mean, basically the entire thing, any acts of violence that he committed were, in self-defense. I mean, if you want to argue that it's immoral for him to even take the money because it's not his, I mean, that's definitely an argument. But I don't think any of the violence that he does is that bad, really.
Well, he did like straight up leave the guy who was dying at the beginning, but then he did feel bad about it and went back.
He went, all right, that's it, or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, leaving the dude, that's one thing. He should have called somebody, but that guy was going to die anyway. But they're in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't have water. If he goes back home, how long is that going to take? He's probably going to be dead anyway, And even calling an ambulance, I don't know. That guy seemed. I understand your point, but I mean, that guy was kind of, no matter what he did, I couldn't, like, that's crazy that you even go back at night. That guy was like on his last breath, clearly. It's like 12 hours later, like, what? I'm going to save that guy's life, actually.
He is also risking his girlfriend's life the entire way through. Like,
I
know that
that's true.
I know that he thinks he has her safe, and he doesn't. But like, come on, dude.
Like, yeah. I mean, even when Anton's like, "Listen, I'm gonna give you an out right now. If you just come to me, I will let her go. But if you don't, even if I kill you, I'm going to go find her and kill her." I'm like, I'm being honest. This is the only offer you're gonna get. And even then, he's like, "Well, you don't gotta come find me. I'm gonna come find you." Like, he's trying to lean into the whole Western.
Yeah, but the
kill the bad guy.
The caveat to that is when he finds him, he's going to kill him. He'll spare his wife. That deal necessitated him sacrificing himself, which, I mean, he proved in their last conversation that it's not like he wasn't necessarily a match for Anton. I feel like it could have gone either way if they actually did meet up. He got ambushed by a bunch of third party
cartel
people.
members.
Yeah, so it's like,
which is so funny.
It's so insane.
The main character dies off screen.
Yeah. That's the wildest part. It's not even that he just dies, like straight up off screen death.
Yeah,
that's guts right there.
I find that part really interesting because it's like that is the exact moment where the perspective shifts from Josh Brolin, who we've been following mostly, to Tommy Lee Jones, and it's kind of the moment when you realize, like, oh shit, this was actually never really Josh Brolin's story. He was sort of like he's the plot motor, and Tommy Lee Jones is like the thematic underpinning.
He's the heart.
It's crazy how impactful Tommy Lee Jones is with how little screen time, and Tommy Lee Jones is great, don't get me wrong, but he is not the best actor, right? He has a role that he plays well, and he does it often. But like, yeah, he was just perfect for this role. It's insane.
I don't know how you can see this movie and say he's not an incredible actor. Like just because he doesn't maybe have a ton of range. I mean, this is still just beyond. Like, this is a fucking incredible performance.
I agree, but I think it's directly within his wheelhouse.
I can understand by saying, like, he's kind of like one note. Like, he's good at doing the one thing.
Yeah,
that's more what I mean.
I've seen him, like, he's been a little bit more flamboyant.
In Captain America, he was the same thing.
Look at
Men in Black, same thing.
No, the Joker. I mean, look at the Joker.
You mean when he was Harvey Dent?
He was
Two-Face.
Two-Face or whatever.
He was horrible.
He was really bad in that movie.
Well, I'm just saying, I actually haven't seen that movie since I was like 8. I can't really say, but I was
so
just saying
bad.
that's an example of him going a little bit more loud with a performance in Wild. But if you guys are saying it sucked, I believe you. I haven't
It's
seen those
really
movies in
bad.
a long time. But that's funny. I thought he was the Joker. I think I was mixing up with Nicholson.
I mean, you think he's the Joker because the way he plays that character, he's basically doing Jack Nicholson.
Wait, so
trying to.
So who is the Joker in the what's the guy's name who did Batman and Robin? Schumacher.
Tim Burton's?
In the Schumacher.
there is
There
no
was no
Joker.
Schumacher. It
Schumacher,
was
the Schumacher
it
Batman
was-
movies are continuations of the Michael Keaton one, so technically it's still
it's Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Batman
Yeah.
Forever, Batman and Robin, and Batman Returns are all the same.
And Jack
universe.
Nicholson was a great Joker, by the way.
That's fucked up. I don't like that. But anyway, so yeah, No Country for Old Men. I mean, how do you guys ultimately feel about the protagonist twist that it's actually not really
I
Josh
love it.
Brolin? Like, I think that is the thing that really it's very divisive for people because you are following Josh Brolin for the vast majority of the runtime, and then just finding out like 3/4 of the way through, like, oh, it's actually this other guy's story who you barely saw. Like, it's challenging, I think, for people.
I think whenever it has such a strong like ensemble, like I don't think it necessarily hurts the film at all. But I think it could have easily gone either way.
Yeah, because I mean that's the way I see it. Is like Moss is the plot motor. He's the one that's allowing us to have this extremely interesting cat and mouse game where the Coens are so great at just building tension throughout scenes and making things feel like procedural in a way but still artful, like it's so step by step and consequential, like one thing leads to another. But with the the receiver and the cat and mouse game and all that shit, it's so goddamn incredible. But then of course underneath everything, it's ultimately a story about how Tommy Lee feels like he doesn't understand the world that he's aging into, and he's afraid of that, which is why I feel like he's looming behind that process. He's looming behind Anton and Moss because they represent that. He can't comprehend it, which is why he's always behind them. That's kind of a realization I had today, which I really liked. It kind of explains why he is the main character but has so much less screen time. You know what I mean?
Because he can't keep up with the main players.
Because he doesn't get what the fuck
Which is
they're even doing.
Perfect.
And
that
also-
he doesn't have as much screen time.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all have seen the show Raising Hope before,
I haven't.
I've heard about
but
it.
his partner, the other guy, he's like the main dad in Raising Hope, and that show he's so funny in that show.
That guy was great in this as well. Like he
He's
just
so
only has
good.
where he's like, "Oh, sheriff, we just missed him. The milk's still sweating.
We just missed him." Yeah, it's
We
so
just
funny.
missed him."
So if
Yeah,
anybody
that's a
loves
good-
him, check
You're
out
from
Raising Hope. It's
Texas,
made by-
Nick. Was
What's up?
this a very authentic Nick or authentic Texas episode?
I'd say
a
so,
movie?
honestly.
Do you
I
know
don't see
about
why not.
Do you know about Odessa, Texas? Is that close to you?
It's not close to me, but I've been there.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering like what kind of towns these were, because where is
It's
it?
like a west. It's like West Texas.
It takes
like
place
way
in
west.
Del Rio and El Paso mostly. Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are
El
very
Paso's right
those
next
are
to the border.
very southern, right next to the border. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most effective thing about Anton Chigurh is that he's so effective that giving him the stupidest haircut in existence, and he's still a horrifying nightmare of a man.
Yeah,
I think it
that's-
makes him worse.
exactly.
It
like,
makes it very uncanny and weird.
anyone who would have that haircut it's remember
There's
when we were
something
talking
wrong
about
with
the empty man, when Nick was like, I knew that girl was
Yeah.
the villain the whole time because of her little
She had a bowl cut. She had the
There's-
Anton Chigurh cut.
yeah, her like Will Byers season 1 cut,
Yeah,
but like
there's something wrong with you.
So another thing about this movie that I think is so cool is that, obviously I think the main message is about Tommy Lee Jones and being scared of the new world and everything. But the second to last scene when he goes and meets that guy Ellis, the guy in the wheelchair with all the cats and everything,
Yeah.
it kind of like complicates that message by reminding Bell or Tommy Lee Jones's character that this violence is not new. Like, it was with him when he was younger. Maybe he just didn't see it or wasn't, he ignored it and was able to look past it. But now that he's old, he feels like, oh, times were better in my day. he's like romanticizing a time that didn't actually exist. Like that's why at the end Ellis calls out like you can't stop what's coming. That's vanity, you know. Which is I don't think it's condemning him for that, but I do think it's sort of a comment on how generations are always like, well, you know, it was better in my day. It was better in my day, but it really it was always fucked up. You know, bad things have been happening forever, and in many ways it was worse back then. You know, so it's like,
and I also think part of that little monologue he has or that discussion where he asks him like, okay, if that guy that, you know, paralyzed you found out he was getting out and just gonna go live his life, what would you do? And he's just like, I probably wouldn't do anything, you know, whatever. Just let it go. It's like the more you try to hold on to the past and like, you know, I forgot what he says exactly.
Yeah, it's an excellent line. Like the more you're trying to get, the more you're leaving behind, or something like that. Like as you're going, you're losing parts of yourself. You know, that was a great that conversation reminded me of something out of a Serious Man, which is what they would do next. Which is like, have you guys seen that one?
No.
Mm-hmm.
That one's like a very stark black comedy. It's a little lighter than No Country for Old Men, because No Country for Old Men is one of these
so heavy.
You know, there's funny parts, especially with that guy that you mentioned, Nick. Like he's kind of the comedic relief if there is any. And Tommy Lee Jones acts as that sometimes too. Remember when he's like, "What should we call in? Looking for man who recently drunk milk."
That's great.
Yeah, like
Tommy Lee Jones is very naturally funny for such like a stoic guy.
He's kind of like a Liam Neeson type, where it's like they're them playing straight is what the comedy bounces off of.
Yeah,
well, he's like your racist grandpa that a lot of people have.
He's like,
you know
everyone's got a racist grandpa, right? He's like that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think of the use of no score in this? I mean, that's so.
Oh, I didn't even
unique.
realize that. Yeah, it's so good. It makes it amps up the tension.
Yeah,
because it makes every single scene where they're sitting and waiting.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think a lot of the especially a lot of the sitting in room scenes, like it really made those very tense.
Yeah, no score until the credits.
Yeah, that's the only time you hear a single note of music that's not diegetic, to use a douche word.
Yes.
But yeah, that's awesome. I thought The Sopranos does that too. The Sopranos has no score. They use a soundtrack sometimes, but they have no score. I really find that a very, very fitting kind of aesthetic choice for this movie, because in some ways, like the sound design, they really lean on the sound design. Like there's just the hum of the air conditioner, like footsteps, or the sound of the silenced guns and everything, the air pistol. It's all so iconic and memorable, and like immediately just sets you back into No Country every time you rewatch it. You know, it's like it doesn't serve the same function as the score, because the score kind of it invites the viewer to know how they should be feeling, but this movie doesn't really give you any of that, which makes sense because it's an ambiguous movie. I think that's part of the reason why they did it. But I think mostly it's just to make it feel really super grounded and gritty, you know. And I just love that.
That'd be the day I devastate you, Nick. You're like, all right, I'm ready to score your next short film, Ethan. What are we doing? I'm like, sorry, Nick, I'm doing No Country for Old Men style. Sorry, bro, you're out of a job.
And then I just send you like an 8-minute file of silence that just says silent score by Nick. You could still put music.
Or you could go the Swiss. You could go the Swiss Army man route and be like, "Sorry, you're making music only with my actors making weird noises."
That's a great score, dude. Also,
it's so good.
It's done by the guy from Manchester Orchestra. It's a really cool score. But yeah. So, No Country for Old Men, man. I mean,
banger.
I don't know what more positive I can say about it. I think it is. There's an argument to be made that it's not only one of the best movies of the 21st century, but perhaps all time. I fucking love this movie, and I'm really glad we got the chance to talk about it.
What was the recent list they did? I think it was Variety's like top 100 movies of the 21st century. Mm-hmm. Was No Country up in like top 10?
The New York Times one, that was the one we were all voting on. We were all like adding our top 10.
But that was 2010s to now, right?
It was 2000 to
2000
to 2025, 21st century. So like I'm pretty sure Parasite was number one, which
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Like Parasite's a great
Have you
movie.
seen Parasite?
But yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not. It's not the best movie of the 21st century. That's fucking wild. But
I don't know if I agree with that
I don't
either,
know
but
if
it is
it's
really
best,
good.
but it's really good.
I that's a little bit crazy to me. I would maybe put it in the top 10, maybe, but I mean, it being above No Country is like a fucking travesty to me. That's crazy. But
It might be the best movie of the 2020s for sure. When did it come out?
it's 2019.
2021
It's
or
20,
2020. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
2019.
2019. I was
I'm not-
fucking wrong twice.
I'm not saying it's not excellent. I love Parasite. I think it's great. But I'm just saying putting it above No Country is weird to me. I'll say that. But Nick, Michael Clayton was on the list at 93. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
All right, what are we rating it?
All right, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 easy.
10 out of 10.
I'll give it a 10 too.
Hell yeah, 3 10s. Let's see if we can keep up this steam for our next recommendation. Nick, Mr. VHS guy, why did you recommend Tropic Thunder as your favorite movie as of right now?
I've never seen a movie funnier. I've never had a movie that I've watched like probably over 100 times, and I still laugh every single time. I've also heard a lot of people when they talk about this movie say this is a movie that like couldn't be made today, and I starkly disagree with that. But
Yeah,
I want to
disagree
hear
with
what
that.
I want to hear what y'all think about that. And I also think this movie. I mean, I think this movie couldn't be made now, in the sense that like getting this cast together again probably wouldn't be something that would be
Yeah.
possible these days.
Hey,
But
Robert
I
Downey
think-
Jr., are you done filming Doctor Doom for Avengers Doomsday? You want to come film Tropic Thunder 2?
But I
want to go
think
do blackface?
But I think any movie as well written and as well directed as this one is could absolutely get away with the things that this movie made or did back in the day. And I don't know, man. I don't think there's ever been a funnier movie.
So you made two interesting points there that you think. Let's talk about Tropic Thunder being the funniest movie of all time. I will go so far to say that it should be in contention. I believe it's a fucking hilarious movie. It's a great movie. My pick for funniest movie ever is Borat. I think Borat is the hardest I've
Borat's
ever
really
laughed.
funny.
I fucking love Borat. I think it's such a clever it's clever while being just incredibly
it's
hilarious and
it's-
graphic, you know.
But it's as far as like a narrative film though, because Borat is very funny, but that's because it's like taking into like account like real people's reactions and like just going into public and like shooting documentary style. I think you're right. It's like up there as funniest movies, but I think funniest narrative films that are like fully scripted, it's the funniest I can think of.
Okay, well, I mean, you know, it is a movie, so I was thinking that if we're narrowing it down to narrative films, then obviously we can't choose it. Although I think, you know, it's definitely a narrative.
Borat does
film
follow a narrative.
to some degree. It's a narrative. It blends, you know, reality television making sort of with you know, narrative filmmaking. So I think it's you can kind of squeeze it in there if you want to. But if we're just going narrative films, I would have to think about. Ethan, do you have one off the top of your head? What you think the funniest narrative film is?
Nothing right now. I'm not like big into like watching a lot of comedies, but I just looked up like best list of comedies. Like I like Happy Gilmore's up there, Airplane, stuff like that. I haven't seen a lot of those.
Yeah.
I think there's movies that are more clever. Like I think Airplane and like a lot of those old spoofs are like probably more clever than Tropic Thunder.
Well, my thing is, there are comedies from this era that I think are funnier than Tropic Thunder. Like I would put Superbad over Tropic Thunder. I would put what's it called? Dewey Cox over Walk Hard.
Dewey Cox is funny.
Over Tropic Thunder. Maybe even Talladega Nights. Like it doesn't rank that high for this era of film for me. But all of them are so funny, basically. So it's kind of hard to choose. Like I like them all. You know.
I mean, I don't agree, but I think that's the thing about comedy. It's so subjective.
Yeah.
Like any of those movies, I would not argue with somebody if they said they were their favorite.
Yeah, that's
You know
why
what I mean?
like listing them is almost interchangeable because they all it's basically just like a preference in flavor. You know, they're all.
I think what's so
very
great
well
about
made.
this one for me, as a lover of film, I think there's a lot that it really like makes fun of and touches on that you kind of understand as somebody who like reads a lot about like the making of films and film and things like that. And it's just like, I don't know, it's so self-aware and so like just the way it's like using Tom Cruise's character to make fun of like producers like Harvey Weinstein just being like sleazebags,
Mhm.
and the sad action star, the way Tug Speedman just like can't have anybody love him, and just I don't know, just like the way it plays with all these themes is so funny, and all the different like tropes.
I have a question for you guys. Who do you think for the three, let's say the three main characters, sort of, let's say Ben Stiller's character, Robert Downey Jr., and Jack Black, who are the real world analogs right now? Because I feel like Jared Leto would totally like do blackface if he thought it was like really deep.
Yeah, that's a good.
And the Tug Speedman is like The Rock or something.
But he's not washed up yet. It has to be someone that's washed up and still trying to gain relevance.
True.
Could it be Jason
Who's
Statham?
even a recent?
I don't know.
Jason
maybe
Statham.
Maybe Statham. Statham's still making money though. The comedy one's hard because who's even?
Yeah,
like maybe Will Ferrell.
Tyler Perry.
Maybe.
Will Ferrell's washed the fuck up.
Jeff Portnoy is definitely based more on like the
like Chris Farley.
Chris Farley. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name. The Chris Farley mold, or even like John Belushi. These kind of like wild, off the wall comedians.
They only love my farts.
Yeah, they live fast and die young. It's such a fun that. It reminds me of that Almost Friday TV sketch, like the every Netflix comedy intro special.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like their art is so stupid, but and like just juvenile. But then when they get behind the scenes, they're like, I'm so tortured.
It's like really deep.
My art is
I'm
killing
a tortured
me.
artist.
Yeah. It's very funny. That's always a super funny dynamic.
I feel like a lot of these caricatures that it touches on don't necessarily exist in modern Hollywood. I feel like it's so star driven right now in like a different way. Like I think back then, like there was the like action like star, and like there's not really action stars anymore.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, I don't know. We got people that star in action movies. We got Tom Cruise. We got Chris Pratt.
But the actions, I mean, I guess Chris Pratt, you could argue, but I think a lot of them are just like people who've carried over from that old generation, you know, like Jason Statham and Tom Cruise. And I don't know if I'd consider The Rock an action star, but maybe.
I mean, Statham is one. I'd say The Rock is an action star for sure. Why not? I feel like more often than not, he does like action or action adventure shit, like what's that, Jumanji?
Those like adventure movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, yeah, like back in the day, like Jason Statham did like the run of like all the Crank movies. He did Death Race, stuff like that. Like, and then now he's like the one who's just carried on to keep making these shitty action movies constantly. The Meg, Working Man, Beekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also feel like Statham wouldn't be like this main character because I really just don't think Statham cares that nobody views him as like a dramatic actor. He's like, I don't fucking care, dude.
Yeah.
I go in here and I punch someone, I play the same character, and I get paid.
Statham to me feels like a guy who was working construction like 2 weeks before he got cast in a huge movie, and he's just like, all right, fucking do it. You know, like he's just like
it's funny because he's actually not like that at all. He's apparently like a super like he used to be like an Olympic diver and shit.
Yeah, he was a pro diver. That's right.
Wow. I'm fucking off.
Yeah, there's videos of it.
That's just his vibe to me.
That's how he lost all his hair.
My point is, he seems like just a very normal guy. You know, like aggressively normal. He doesn't really care about this Hollywood stuff. But yeah, Nick. So to respond to the other question you brought up, which I think is an interesting conversation, is like, would this movie work today? And it's really hard to say. I mean, you know, this was 2008 or 2009?
Yeah, 2008.
So we have to take into context that, you know, things getting more woke, quote unquote, or people becoming more aware of like social justice and political correctness, niceties and things like that. Like that stuff didn't happen yet. This was before that wave. So even though Robert Downey Jr. was doing blackface, I think it was done in a clever enough way that was shitting on him the entire time. Like it was shitting on actors who take method acting too seriously and get wrapped up into these roles, and it's all kind of performative and narcissistic and silly. So packaging it that way made it go down smoother. But still, even with that packaging, even with that angle, in 2025, some major actor doing that would not happen. It would just not ever happen.
That's not what I'm talking. I'm not saying would it happen. I'm saying if it did happen, could it work?
Oh yeah.
I don't
I think
think
the
so.
issue- I
I
think-
don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
I think it would. I think if they had the right team behind it and people were, I don't think people are willing to do it. I don't think somebody would do it.
That's the other
But
thing.
I think if,
Yeah.
but I think if it did happen and it was done in the same way, it would absolutely go over just fine.
I think if the fact that there is so much attention called to how like stupid and terrible it is that he's doing this, like the one black guy's like, "What do you mean we?"
Yeah. What do you mean,
Like,
you
just
people?
stuff like that. What do you mean, you people? He's like, "What do you?
And-
what do you?"
Yeah.
mean,
And
you
I will
people?"
say,
Yeah.
Brandon T. Jackson's like Al Pacino is like he's so good.
Dude, booty sweat and busting up bars is so funny. I love when Robert Downey Jr. is like, "Hey, we got to get a drink of Alpa's ass water." It's one of the funniest, dude. Dude, this is such like a little kind of inconsequential moment in the movie, but like I always laugh the hardest when Robert Downey Jr. goes up to Tug Speedman and he's trying to compliment him, so he lets his guard down and he gives him the map, and he's like,
Give me a
"Hey,
little
you
Rambo
looking-
2 vibe."
Yeah, you look at
You
Rambo
look
too.
real cut.
Yeah, he's like, I'm trying to work out, but you know it's tough, and he just like slaps the match. He's like, "Fuck you."
I don't care. Give me the map.
It's so funny. It's so like he
Yeah.
is just so obviously the most hilarious one. But I don't know, Nick. Like I get what you're saying if it's done well, and there are examples that kind of ride this line. Like, do you ever see the Always Sunny episode where a lightning strike turns them into black people somehow?
Yeah.
So
The band
I haven't got
episode.
that
yeah,
far,
people
but-
that was banned.
Well, there was the episode where Mac does blackface in the Lethal Weapon 2, and that one got banned. Or not Lethal Weapon 2, the Lethal Weapon remake or whatever it was,
Mhm.
and Mac's in blackface.
They
That one
did
got
the
banned. And then
same-
there's the episode where Dee's in blackface with the Green Man episode. She does blackface.
There's a few like shows that got like around like 2020 when all the George Floyd stuff was happening that like caught strays from episodes just being like, if there's any sign of blackface, no matter the context, get rid of it. Like I think it was the Community episode where I forget his name, but that the Asian character from that show, he dresses up as a dark elf, but it's like straight up just blackface with elf ears.
Mhm.
And like that one got it. But like it's always depends on the context, because these characters are never like, this is funny and this is okay. Like, you guys should do this because it's funny. It's like, no, what are you doing, you idiot? Like, everyone's like, why are you being so pretentious? Why'd you get your skin pigmented? with
Honestly,
surgery?
I would say the most offensive part isn't even the blackface; it's like the simple Jack stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean that's even worse.
That's the more stuff.
Like you never go full retard. That whole monologue.
Yeah.
It's like holy shit.
Yeah, they say the R slur a lot in this movie.
Which like so I don't know. The last thing I'll say about blackface RDJ is that I feel like, you know, it's good in this movie. It works. They got away with it, so to speak. Like I think most people kind of accept that and don't give RDJ too much shit about it because it was done at a time where, you know, there wasn't so much focus on this stuff and there's an interesting angle to it. That said, I feel like continuing to try to do another movie where it's centered around that kind of character, it's almost like, why are you pushing it? You know, like why do we have to go there? This is such a tumultuous topic that like it's
well,
I'm not
saying
you know?
I'm not saying they should just copy Tropic Thunder or even like this should even be done. I'm saying if Tropic Thunder didn't exist and a similar movie came out today, I think it would be fine.
I mean, you know, fine how like it would be extremely controversial.
I think some people would be mad, most people would be fine with it. I think it'd be a loud group on Twitter being pissed off, but as long as it's as funny as Tropic Thunder was, I think it would make its money.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we could. I honestly don't think we'll ever know because I don't imagine that happening.
I don't think it'll
No,
happen.
there's definitely going to be a very, very rough comedy that comes out in the next 10 years that people are like, should I like this? I don't know.
Yeah. But like, all right, so moving on to Simple Jack, though, I think you're right that's worse because the Simple Jack stuff there's less of I mean, it's condemning sort of or satirizing Tug Speedman and actors like that. but a lot of it is just laugh at this mentally disabled person or this guy, portraying a mentally disabled person.
Make me happy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
all of that stuff, like it, of course, funny for the time. I still laugh at it now. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. If I can find it
Wow,
funny,
It's still
canceled,
funny.
Nick.
I find it funny. I do, but I'm just saying, I don't think that we should necessarily move forward and make that. This stuff exists. We can enjoy it as guilty pleasures and stuff, but it is kind of fucked up, I think, ultimately,
Yeah, and I mean, outside of even the offensive stuff, this cast is fucking stacked.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really
Fucking
there's a
Matthew
lot of people.
McConaughey, Tom Cruise, Bill Hader, Jack Black, fucking, it's insane. It's crazy.
I love
That one
the
British
voice.
guy that steps on a landmine.
Oh, what was his name? Coogan, Steve Coogan. Yeah,
Steve Coogan.
the director. I love Bill Hader in this show. Like the voice he's using the whole time. It feels like he's talking with like
You
milk.
spanked that ass, Les.
Yeah, he's talking with milk in his mouth the entire time. He's like, he's using this funny voice. But yeah, Matthew McConaughey is also hilarious in this movie.
So good.
Like that whole moral quandary he has, like, should I save my friend or do I want a G5 airplane? And you're just looking at a picture of them and then looking at the G5 owner magazine is so funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess like what prevents me from like putting this movie up above those other comedies I mentioned from this era, which I think, that era, by the way, that era of comedy is probably the best in Hollywood history. I would say like 2005 to like 2010 is fucking, it's so stacked. But
we're kind of in a drought right now of like straight up comedies. Everything is a something comedy. All Marvel stuff is mostly action, drama, comedy. Everything is a something comedy.
Yeah.
We don't have straight up comedies, especially large budget ones like this getting made.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But I mean,
Like, Naked Gun just came out, but that's a reboot.
Like the plot is, it's really stupid. It's a stupid plot, but I don't know. You don't need like a killer plot, I guess, to have a great movie. But I
don't even think it's a bad plot though. What makes it bad?
It's not
like
bad.
for a comedy
it's not
plot.
Bad. It's just like
It's just not special.
Yeah. That's
fine.
That's
It's
the way to say it. There's not anything.
Danny McBride and Nick Nolte. Why did I forget them?
The humor is coming from the character interplay and not necessarily any kind of plot dynamics. You know what I mean? Like not like in Superbad, I think a lot of the humor comes from the plot, from the crazy situations they're getting into, and the Tropic Thunder guys were in crazy situations too. But it's just, I'm sorry, I'm not necessarily making a ton of sense right now because I haven't seen Superbad in a while. But do you know what I mean at all, Nick, or you just totally disagree?
I know what you mean, but I think as far as like comedy plot lines, it's honestly one of the more in-depth ones than a lot of those from that era. Because Superbad's plot is, we need to get alcohol for this party.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
When you think about the inciting incident of them having to go out like they're doing, that is funny. That that's a great setup, I think. But then once it gets into them in the woods and they're being followed by the cartel heroin,
and I even
people, like, I don't know.
I even think a lot of the way they tell the story is like really interesting. I think like the fake out at the beginning, whenever like it seems like it's a real battle, and then and like you just see fucking he's just getting shot 8 billion
like 30 times. He's like, hold on, don't die on me. And then when he hits the grenade and holds up his like bloody stump, that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
and this movie does like a bunch of interesting things that I haven't seen before. Like the trailers before the movie started, I haven't seen anything like that ever. Like it's so interesting.
Yeah, that was a really good way to start the movie. It gives you an idea of where these characters sit in like the Hollywood hierarchy. Kirk Lazarus is obviously at the top, Jeff Portnoy is at the bottom, and Tug Speedman's like a shitty action star or whatever. Yeah,
I've been a bad boy, father. Fucking winner of MTV's Best Kiss Award, Tobey Maguire.
Oh yeah,
so
I love
funny.
that Toby's in this.
Yeah,
I just enjoy all the fun celebrity cameos. Like when they mentioned stuff earlier, it's like, are you actually dating Jennifer Love Hewitt, or is that? And he's like, no. He's just like, okay, because I think she's really cool. And then later he's like sitting with her at the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's his Al Pacino's with Lance Bass?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I said Nance.
That's
Advance.
a funny thing about this movie is that Jay Baruchel's character is he's kind of the only. Well, Al Pacino is pretty normal too, but
he's the only normal person.
But he's also not in the film industry that much, really. He's a rapper.
He's like a newbie.
Yeah, he's
musician.
like a rapper turned actor. So he's not really corrupted by this like terrible Hollywood culture as much as the other guys who are all wrapped up in their own egos and their process and their adulation or whatever the fuck. I like how Jay Baruchel is kind of like the grounding center force of everything. You know, I also just love him. He's a great character actor.
He's really good. Have you seen the show Man Seeking Woman?
No, my friend always tells me to watch it, but
it's really good and he's great in it.
Yeah,
it has him and Eric Andre as the main characters.
I love him in This Is the End too. He's great.
Yeah.
This Is the End.
Yep.
That's another comedy movie I love from this time.
I think this. I don't know. Like I said, comedy's all subjective, but this movie just has so many lines I quote like on a regular basis. I can watch it anytime. It's like a lot of people have comfort shows. I just throw on Tropic Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
It's good on so many levels.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I enjoyed this. I did enjoy it. I didn't love it, and I will say I feel like it dragged a lot in the middle. I feel like he could have shaved off 10-15 minutes. Like I noticed myself, I started feeling the length at the hour mark. I was like, all right, where are we going? Come on.
That might be partially what I'm talking about when I'm saying that the plot isn't all that great.
It's kind of just them dicking around in the woods for half hour.
Yeah, a lot of the part when Tug is captured kind of drags.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love that he starts to fall in love with his captors. He gets Stockholm syndrome because they're the only people who respect his craft.
What does he call the kid? What does he call the kid? Half squat?
Half squat, yeah. If y'all have time, there's like a release of Robert Downey Jr. and Tug Speedman doing the scene. You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen it. It's like a 20-minute, and they just cannot stop breaking. Where they're like, "I'm a dude playing a dude. You're a dude playing another dude," and they just could not get through it. You could even see it in the final cut, like the lines where they finally get it. You could see they're on the verge of like smiling. He's like, he's just got that little. It's not a very long scene.
But it shows you how much of that film also is improvised, or that the whole movie is probably improvised. And because I've read the script to this, and it's a lot different than the actual movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You get this many comedy actors, and they're going to improvise, especially when Ben Stiller's at the helm.
One of my favorite moments is when you can clearly see Robert Downey Jr. breaking character when he's like, "Spit that shit out, man," and then he goes into like a smile for a second, and it goes back into serious face right away. Like it seems like he in real life he is breaking character, but in the context of the movie, him smiling like that just makes him look even more insane. Like it's so fucking funny. I love that. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is incredible in this movie, and I've actually Joe Rogan had him on. I listened to a clip of him talking about like his decision making process of how he was supposed to, like how he's gonna basically tackle this really sensitive topic, and he initially didn't want to do it, and then he got a call from one of his black friends, and he was like, "No, you have to do this. You have to do
hilarious.
it." And he was like, "Okay, I'll give it a shot." That's all it took.
The fact that him getting nominated for an Oscar for this is so funny.
Did he? I was like thinking that maybe that happened.
He got nominated for an Oscar for this role.
That's so funny. That's so hilarious. I mean, dude, honestly, it's well deserved. I mean, it's an incredible performance. It really is.
He's so good.
This is why when I think you have said before in like many episodes ago that Robert Downey Jr. always plays Robert Downey Jr. and doesn't have any range. I mean, come on, dude.
I don't think that that's true in the past. I think ever since he started like falling into his like Iron Man type shit, he's kind of given up. He doesn't have to try as hard.
Oh, okay. Well, but
I think even fair. Even his like older roles, like Natural Born Killers, I think he was pretty good in. Like a lot of the stuff before he like got canceled for doing a bunch of drugs and having hookers and shit.
Yeah. So
what a cool
Charlie Bartlett. Charlie Bartlett's one of my favorite movies ever, and he's really good in it.
So, and I mean, do you guys have any more you want to add about Tropic Thunder?
I think we covered it.
All right, so I'm gonna give Tropic Thunder a 7 out of 10.
Go ahead, Gulif.
Okay, sorry. I didn't want to be the first one to break your heart. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I almost thought about a 6. I'm like, that's too mean. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
It's a 10.
It was
It's 10
fun.
for me. 10 for
That's
me,
fine.
easy.
Nice.
That's fine. And now we're gonna transition. Those are our 3 favorites for now. We might come back in like a year, and it might be different. We have some viewer questions since this is our big 50. We kind of wanted to go over some questions you guys have for us, the pod boys. Let's kick it off with this one from friend of the show and guest of the show, Jacob Ross on Instagram. If you could experience a film in theaters for the first time again, what would it be?
You know what? This is gonna make Nick so mad. And
Avengers Endgame.
No, it's gonna be Oppenheimer.
No, it's Midsummer.
Okay. Oh god.
Midsummer blew my dude, I was like numb walking out of the theater. It just like shook me to the fucking bone watching that movie. And if I could experience that it was not a pleasant feeling, but it definitely it like stopped me in my tracks. And sometimes that's what you want out of a movie. So if I could get that feeling again, that would be pretty sick.
Right now for me it'd probably be either Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that was such a like shocker. I just didn't know what to go in expecting. Or I don't know. Yeah, I'll just say Everything Everywhere All at Once for now. That was a really good experience.
Mine's a weird one. When it was the first movie I ever went to go see by myself. So like without anybody else there. I think I was like up for like 13 or something. And it was The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville, where he goes and joins the Special Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And like that movie is not a masterpiece or anything, but like I remember watching that by myself and being like, I don't need other people to like enjoy movies. Like I could. This is the funniest experience of my life, and I'm laughing so much all by myself, and it's just great. And that was just like one of the best movie experiences of my life. And the theater was like empty too. It was sick.
You know, one thing I hate when people go like, dude, could you imagine how sad it would be to go to the movie theater by yourself? Fuck you, dude. If I'm gonna go to a movie theater and you're gonna sit your ass next to me silently, what the hell? Why do I need another person to sit next to me silently?
Yeah.
I went to go see Terrifier 3 by myself, and the theater was empty, and I felt like a sociopath, dude. I hated it. But most of the time I don't mind it.
I've seen a couple movies by myself. I saw I think the very first one I went to by myself was I can't even remember what the name is, but it was the Beach Boys movie with John Cusack and Paul Dano, that was a really good movie. Trying to think of more. Oh, I saw Weapons by myself just a couple weeks ago. I do it pretty often, actually. Nice. I go to the movies by myself, but I understand that feeling of like, I don't actually have to go with other people. Although going with other people is great because you get to talk about the movie afterwards. So
especially if they liked it.
Or even if they didn't, then it's fun to have a little debate in the car. If you're an asshole like me who likes to debate things. Well, actually, I think it was,
actually. The thematic relevance of the scene.
Yeah. Which is that I was basically that guy during Superman, because my brother, my friend were like, dude, the punk rock shit is so corny. Like, just shut up. And I was like, no, you don't understand. It's so beautiful. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. But yeah, anyway, where were we? What were we talking about? I feel like we got...
What movie would you see in theaters for the first time again?
Oh, okay.
You said Midsummer.
Right.
Yeah, you said Midsummer.
All right, let's go to the next one.
All right. This one's from friend of the show, B-Show, who, by the way, made our little intro animation. So I think that should be pointed out.
Thank you, B-Show.
Yeah, thanks, B-Show.
Wait, is it B-Show or Bishow?
I don't know.
It's B-Show.
I always say Bishow. Like
I always say
We're gonna have to ask him.
Because, well, if you look at the intro for B-Show's YouTube channel, it goes B-Show.
Oh, well, I thought it was like
it's B-Show. I'm pretty sure I've heard him say it in like a Discord call.
Oh, okay.
It was like
all right. Anyway, B-Show says
like Bishow zippers open or flies down. Bishow.
All right, I'm gonna just roll right past that. Are there any hidden difficulties or annoyances making a podcast that the audience does not see? Yeah.
When these fuckers disconnect
two
constantly.
or 3 times this episode, Nick's disconnected. During the Weapons and Zach Kreger episode, I disconnected 4 or 5 times, and I was visibly angry by the end. So yeah, that's the main one. And then I'd say that's probably like the main issue.
Yeah, that's
just random.
So,
Random editing shit more so than any actual issues.
Yeah, it's all pretty smooth sailing if we don't have the connection issues. I mean, I guess making shorts is something that we're not the most consistent with, but when we do get into a groove with it, it does take some work
It's fun.
getting them out, But that's basically it.
Yeah. All right, this one's from Kalen 1000 on YouTube. Curious, what's y'all's favorite TV show of the decade so far? 2020 to 2025. I probably should be prepared for that because I have no idea what's even been out.
So my answer is I don't know if I can say Succession because it started in 2018, but it ended in the 2020s.
You can say those seasons.
Well, I don't know, but it's a show as a whole. I mean, I don't know. I could see it either way. It kind of feels like a late 2010s or
I'd
early
say probably
2020s
pick
show.
something that started in 2020 at the
Okay.
earliest.
Well, in that case, I think I would have to go with Andor. Although, did that even start in the 2020s?
I think it did. I think it was like 2022.
Yeah. So I think I'll say Andor. That's a fucking incredible show.
I don't watch a lot of TV anymore, but I would definitely say The Rehearsal is my favorite show of the 2020s.
That's a really good one. That's
that's good.
For me, I'd say I'm kind of like I really love The Bear. I don't know if either of you watched that.
I've watched like 3
seasons.
seasons.
The first season.
Okay, I really like
great.
The Bear. Yeah, that's probably mine. Yeah.
Do you say like, chef, move this? Or do you do that in your personal life?
Fuck you, chef.
Corner.
I would cry if I worked at that kitchen.
Oh my god, dude!
I couldn't do that.
That show makes working in a kitchen
look so
horrible. Like I feel like like people who work in that industry are probably like, please don't show this to people. Like we want to maintain the illusion that this is actually a fun job.
That's why they all smoke, because they're stressed as hell. Like they all smoke cigarettes out the back.
Like I think you literally have to be a Carmi or Sydney type to actually enjoy that because of how high stress it is, especially when you're owning it or running it. Like, god damn, it's so much fucking
Well, that's why
stress.
so many fucking restaurant owners just have heart attacks at 40 to 50 years old.
Yeah, they're like, I work 28 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. I love it.
It's rough, dude. But yeah, so that would be Succession, if we're going to count that, or Andor are my choices.
What's the next one?
All right, another one. I got one more from Bisho. Bisho sent me like 12 questions, by the way, and I felt like I couldn't include 12 questions from one person. So I picked one more. What is the origin behind each of our YouTube names?
Oh, okay. Should I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
so I've been curious about this.
Yeah. So when I started YouTube, my channel name was Sigma Freud because I was basically like, did you guys know that? Did you guys know my channel was called that?
Yeah, you've told us that before.
I did not know that.
My channel was called Sigma Freud because it was just like dumb. Have you guys watched the dumb AI?
Oh, you were
memes?
just like, you posted like dumb AI videos.
Yeah, where it was like Joe Rogan interviewing Darth Vader about the high ground incident and shit like that. So it was very meme focused. It was just like I just saw that shit came out and I was like, oh, it would be funny to write scripts between random people like that. So I did that for a couple months, and some of them got a lot of views. And I was like, but after that trend died, I was like, I don't know what to do next. So then I decided, I was writing for this company. I was like, maybe I'll just start doing my video essays and see how that goes. But I was like, I can't do video essays under Sigma Freud. Like that just sounds horrible. So I was like, well, all right, what am I talking about? I'm talking about culture, pop culture. Stop culture. That was like, that's basically it. It sounded like it rolled off the tongue. If you want to look into it a little bit, it's a place you can stop for culture. I don't know.
There you
go. That's what it is.
I guess my channel's sort of like, I guess I never intended for my channel to be like an AI thing, but like I just wanted to have uploads while I was waiting for like equipment to come in.
Your fucking your AI Cartman shit is so funny. I listened to that so many times. It's so funny.
I just made a bunch of AI like music covers, but my initial concept for my channel was I was going to stream and then make edits of my streams, and so I was going to like watch VHS movies, like old shitty VHS movies, and then do like little challenges while I watch them on stream and then edit the videos out of them. So that's where our VHS guy came from.
Okay. That makes sense. What about Ghoulish? Are you just a ghoulish person? deep down?
So there's a long history of this name, and it just evolved over time. So when I was a kid, middle school to high school, I was like, you know what? It wasn't even YouTube. I was the kind of person who had the same name on everything. So in middle school, I played a lot of Call of Duty, and I joined Call of Duty trick shotting teams. And how that functions is you join a clan, and you like change your name to the clan name, and then your like call sign name. And I think my name was Pixel. That was what I went by. And then I joined a couple like Call of Duty trick shotting clans, and then I was bad at it. And then I joined one, and they already had someone named Pixel, and I was like, well, crap. And I was at the time watching the anime Tokyo Ghoul, and I was like, I'll just call myself something Ghoul. That'll be kind of funny. And then I went to go create, I think it was a PlayStation account a while back, and I was like, oh, I'll just call myself Ghoul on this. And then it was like, Ghoul's taken, and I'll put an I there. And they were like, that's taken. I want put an F there, and it was like, that's free. And I was like, all right, cool. So that's the name.
That's sick. I feel like that's probably really common to have a lot of people use like their gamer tags for their channel names.
Wait, so that's pretty interesting that it wasn't conscious, because I feel like your channel, the things you cover a lot, like you cover a lot of creature feature type things, like you did Resident Evil videos, you're doing one that's what you're working on now. Your channel kind of developed into feeling tonally consistent with the name Ghouliff, even though it was just kind of happenstance.
Well, I mean, I think that makes sense because Ghoul, that was the starting point.
Yeah, but was that a conscious choice? You were like, I have to talk about ghouls because my name is Ghouliff.
Nope. just happened that way.
Wow, dude. Sometimes sometimes it all just works out, doesn't it? Life is like that sometimes.
Oh, I guess follow-up question. What's the reason behind the name Hate to Interrupt? Because I didn't pick that shit. Not to say it's bad. I didn't pick it.
I made a list of like a million names.
You guys were gonna be bad taste for a while, right?
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't even remember what the other options were. I would be curious to see the list.
I don't want to slander or anything, but there were a lot of like really shitty anime names in there, and I think we were kind of in a hurry to try to dodge those, so we locked in something quick.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it wasn't a very artistic process. We were kind of just like throwing shit at the wall and like
seeing what was available.
Yeah, seeing what was available.
That was the biggest thing. So many things were taken.
Yeah, seeing what made a vague amount of sense, and we're just like, Hate to Interrupt. I mean, it's good in a way because it can be a podcast about anything. Obviously, mostly we talk about movies, but we can talk about anything because our name is not movie centric necessarily. So that's good.
Yeah.
But I wish I could see that list. I wish I could see what the other options were. I
could probably find it.
Yeah,
it's somewhere
probably in our Discord chat. Somewhere.
I was even because when you guys started the podcast, I was originally I was in Stop Culture Nick's place. I was the third, and then I backed out because I was busy, and I was like, I can't do this, guys.
Yeah, I was actually.
I was during the initial naming.
I was never supposed to be on the podcast. I was second fiddle to Ethan, and I was like, "Oh, I'm your guys' second choice. Whatever. I guess I'll do it." That was my thought process.
And now we couldn't imagine the pod without you.
Oh,
yeah. It's funny. We're episode 50, and we should all celebrate. Actually, me and Stop Culture Nick don't get to celebrate because it's Stop Culture Nick's 48th episode, and it's my 39th. The only one that gets to celebrate is VHS Guy, who actually has been here for 50 episodes.
He's never missed one.
Yeah.
No,
I've never missed one.
Damn, dude, punctuality fucking rules.
Yeah, you've missed two, and I've had a late start and missed one.
Hell yeah, that's impressive that we missed so few. Even I mean, it's most impressive that Nick is just I'm here every week, bitch. I don't fucking care. That's great. But yeah. All right, let's go to the next one.
All right. This is from Adeline on YouTube. Who has been your favorite guest on the pod thus far, and who would be each of your dream guests?
Ooh, this is.
I mean, we've had so many good guests.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the thing.
I really do love all the guest interviews for different reasons, but I mean, I gotta go with the first. I gotta go with Rendon because Rendon came on the podcast. He was really great to talk to him. The interview section went great. We talked about a bunch of different things. We talked about the Oscars, and then the next time he came on, we talked because we've had him on twice too, so it's kind of cheating in a way.
Yeah.
We just know Rendon better than a lot of these people, but yeah, Rendon for me, all timer guest, love him.
I mean, I also really love Rendon because I think I was subscribed to him for like 5 years before we got him on, so it was kind of nice to like kind of get to talk to him. Yeah. But so like him, and I think Jacob Ross I liked having on a lot because I really liked the movie suggestion. I mean, not only that, it was really cool, and he kind of had a lot to talk about as far as like filmmaking too, because he made films.
Right.
And I really enjoyed watching Fantastic Planet, which I didn't imagine I would enjoy that movie as much as I did.
Yeah,
That's he brought in a very weird pick. Yeah,
they both had great recommendations. Fantastic Planet and Rendon recommended Krisha, which is one of my favorite movie conversations that we've ever had on the podcast. I think.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I've thought we should actually just take that and put clips of Krisha against it. Like, just make that. I can make that an editing project of mine. I think that would do pretty well.
Just a review.
Yeah, just a review of Krisha. I think it would sound good, conversational and cool. But
yeah, Krisha.
Yeah, I mean, everybody had their own. Like, I don't think we've had a bad guest. I really liked having Gare Scare. I think that was a cool episode too because
talk to an indie filmmaker.
Yeah, I was talking about the film he actually made, and that was really cool. Go ahead, Nick. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in because you should have said your
38 episodes for Nick because I forgot he wasn't there for the Gare Scare episode. So 38.
Oh, true.
Or no, sorry.
No, 47.
47.
Yeah.
I'm getting my numbers.
You just dropped 12 episodes. Nick took a vacation. Nick took a vacation to Lao.
I jumped in and cut you off. What was your dream guest?
Well, no, Ethan hasn't even given his favorite yet.
Oh, yeah, no.
We're answering separate.
Jacob Ross is great because I've also been following for Jacob for a while. I think having Ellie on recently was really good for Making Media Matter because she kind of brought this really interesting perspective to the discussion, which I think was really good. And a lot, like, you guys watched that episode, there's a lot like that we got out of that discussion for Jennifer's Body. I appreciate that movie a lot more after having her on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite because it's like picking your favorite kid.
Yeah.
I think we have I don't know. I think like Mert KK was great.
Yeah, and of course, also we gotta give some love to Kayla Says. That was an awesome episode talking about raising. We talked about raising Arizona. Talked about her process as a YouTuber too. That was a highlight for me. But so as far as dream guests go, I mean, I think all of us could easily say Chris Stuckman. That would be the number one dream guest.
Yeah,
he is one of the most 100%. Influential figures on this podcast and the direction that we're going. But if I had to say, my favorite YouTube channel has kind of always been Red Letter Media. I think if we were to get one of those guys on for an interview, that would be so fucking cool. I'd love to get Mike or Jay or Rich on there.
Yeah,
so I guess I would go with that.
I think for me, it would be cool. I have like kind of two categories. Like if we wanted to have a YouTuber on, like a big YouTuber, I think for me personally, getting like YMS on here would be so sick because that's been one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. And any of the Sardonicast cast members would be great since they're in the same niche as us as well. And I've been watching all of them for my entire basically like high school life and onward. And then when it comes to like the other side, I think it'd be cool to get some like big filmmakers on here. Like sorry, I was just immediately thought about Martin Scorsese coming on the podcast to talk about Avengers Doomsday.
Oh god.
No, but like I don't know, like Zach Kreger is someone who I feel like he'd be really cool to talk to about like creation and art, and he just seems like a really cool and laid back guy. So Zach Kreger, if you're listening, come on the pod.
Yeah, I agree. But also, it was really cool when me and Nick ripped fat. Oh my god, we ripped fat vapes at the same time, like 2 minutes ago.
That's actually another question from B Show. Hold on, let me just throw that in here now. How many times per episode does Nick hit the vape?
Which Nick?
Which one? We're both hitting the vape about the same amount of times.
You said VHS guy, but you both hit the vape a bunch.
Yeah, I think I feel like Nick. Do you think you hit it more than me? I feel like we hit it about the same amount.
I don't track you, so maybe. maybe we're the same.
I've been,
I hit
I
mine
need a
lot.
vape counter.
I've been tracking you, dude. I'm Anton Shigoring you this whole episode, just tracking your movements with the transponder I
Nick.
put in your vape.
Listen, editing, Nick, while you're editing this, you have to have a small vape counter for each of you guys. I need you to have. I'm going to ruin your life.
You should do cinema sins. We'll just put nicotine
Ding.
sins. Yeah. We get dinged.
My dream guest that I've been working on, and I have no idea how to get a hold of him. And it sucks because I feel like you guys aren't going to appreciate this man the way I do. But Steven Kostansky, the creator of Psycho Gorman, The Void, I would love to have him on. He does so many like low budget films with like no budget, and I would love to hear him talk about how he makes them. So, and then my second one would probably be Meat Canyon. If I had to talk to a YouTuber, I'd love to get Meat Canyon on here.
Yeah, that'd be
because
fun.
I think he's a really cool guy, and it would just be fun to have on.
I didn't know because I thought we were just restricting it to content creators. I didn't know we could invite like filmmakers or actors or something.
I mean,
Why not?
yeah.
I say pick somebody realistic.
I'd say
but
the new Pope.
Well, if we're
Keep it
going
realistic.
if we're going with directors and stuff, how fucking funny would it be if we got Ari Aster on the podcast? Nick, would you actually like boycott the podcast for that week if we got to talk to him?
No, he
No.
would absolutely be here.
I would 100% be here, and I would have a lot written out as to why I hate Midsummer and make him explain himself. And fucking the strange thing about the Johnsons, I'd be like, why did you make this piece of shit? You fucking weirdo.
Well,
But
no,
I would be happy to have him on.
But you wouldn't. If you were gonna, if that was your plan, I wouldn't let you on the episode.
I know.
Are you
like,
kidding
you're
me?
not allowed to be in the episode if you're going to tell him
No,
he's a
I
piece
would-
of shit.
It would be cordial. It would be in a nice way.
That's crazy. I mean, if you were gonna, like push him on things, but you can't just be like, your movie was a piece of shit, and I need you to explain why.
I would never be mean to our guest.
Okay.
And I actually liked Eddington, so
Okay.
if he makes like
You'd
two
be
more
like, Ari Aster, welcome to the pod. I've liked 1 out of 4 of your movies. So,
if he makes 2 more good movies, he's off my shit list. So
all right. And then who takes his place?
who's the guy who made The Dead Don't Die? Jim Jarmusch. He stays on the
Oh,
shit list.
okay.
Harmony Korine. Harmony Korine's probably above him on my shit list, honestly.
Wait, do you hate Spring Breakers?
Oh, I fucking hate that movie.
I can't remember it that well. I saw it like in high school. But all right, go to
I didn't even like Gummo or any of the other ones.
go to the next
All
one.
right, this one's from Noah Carnes on Instagram. What are each of our favorite shots from the 3 movies selected for episode 50?
Okay, that's a good question. So my favorite shot in No Country for Old Men, it's tough, but I think it might be. This is off the top of my head. I might have a better answer somewhere, but I love the shot where you first see like Llewellyn's looking to find the suitcase after he walked past the circle of trucks, and there's just the 2 trees out there, and you just see the guy's feet sticking up. Like I always found that a very powerful shot. So all right, then going into Tropic Thunder, I think I prefer the shot from Fatties 2, where you see Jeff Portnoy in 5 different iterations, but you just see the range of Jeff Portnoy throughout each character. I thought that was very beautiful and representative of life itself. You know. Anyway, so then, do you guys know I was kidding?
I know.
I'm
You don't
trying
have
to
to pick one for
think.
each movie, but I would say like
I know. I
for
thought
me,
we were
for,
doing
like,
each
Iron-
movie. Iron. Then
Oh, yeah,
so
sorry, go ahead.
Let's all do each 3 each. So then, Iron Giant. I think I love the Souls Don't Die one, where he's looking up at the stars, laying down in scrap metal. Excellent shot.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I'd say, oof. I don't know about No Country because like a lot of it for me, it just feels so achievable. A lot of like just the basic Texas cinematography with Tommy Lee Jones's like monologue over the top of it. So any of the shots, like the one that always sticks to my head is not even a very impactful shot. It's just the one of the windmill in the like in the opening scenes. It's not even anything special, just something about it. I'm just like, I could go shoot that.
Over the monologue that Tommy Lee Jones gives.
Yeah, the opening scene.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't think of the
And
lighthouse
then-
exactly, but
No. The wind.
no, sorry,
What?
the windmill. I'm sorry, the windmill.
I was like, what is there?
got-
Freaking a lighthouse.
I got
in the middle of Texas.
The wrong structure. My bad.
And then my favorite shot from Iron Giant, I think, is the if it's not the soul one, then it's the shot of the hand reaching out to like go touch the deer's nose. I think that's a really great framing.
Yeah.
But I also really like a lot of the stuff that the movie does with like kind of spooky silhouettes of the Iron Giant, like before we get to interact, like Hogarth and the Iron Giant interact. It's quite scary.
Yeah.
Like when he thinks it's the lighthouse and it's out in the middle of the ocean, or when he's like it's way in the distance behind Hogarth at night and you just see its head turn in this tree line. I think stuff like that's great.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Tropic Thunder, I don't know when he has blackface. It's not really a movie I think about.
I guess for
when it
No
comes to
Country,
shots.
the shot I think of is like maybe whenever Homeboy's just sitting on the couch with the milk, just like pontificating nothing.
That's
Great
a good
shot.
one.
That's a great shot.
I'd say that one's probably my favorite there, the one I think of a lot. Iron Giant. I mean, it's got to be the deer scene. I think like there's like the whole imagery there is just it hit for me really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Tropic Thunder, I think it's whenever Robert Downey Jr. is coming in on the horse and Jack Black's naked, and then Robert Downey Jr. is like, "I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker."
Yeah,
that's funny.
A lot of great shots.
Because then he's in blackface and yellowface. It's a white man in blackface and yellowface, and I think
It's a white guy
just,
playing an Australian in blackface in yellowface.
Damn.
yeah,
dude.
and I think that's just very strong imagery. You know,
Oh, actually, no. Shot from No Country that I just thought of. It's just the shot where you see the guy's boot scuffs marks after he strangles the guy with the handcuffs.
Yeah,
It's a brutal, like
that really
like
sticks
not
with you.
implied violence.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gruesome. All right, and then I guess the last question I have is from Fancy Pork Chop 70 on YouTube. What would you say has been the most enjoyable pod episode filmed thus far?
The most enjoyable for me was Superman. Because I haven't been as
That was a
pumped.
good
I haven't been
episode.
as pumped to talk about a movie and like what it meant to me in a really long time as Superman. Like that was the moments where I was like, wow, I'm glad I have a podcast because I need to talk about this with someone, you know. And most people just don't want to hear it in your real life, at least for too long. They'll stop you after a good 5 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So that was great. That was my favorite one for sure. But this one was really fucking fun too. This one might take the cake.
Yeah, this one was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Superman is up there with me. I really enjoy our, I think it was the Ed Wood SLC Punk episode. I think that one's really fun
Mm-hmm.
because I also think that was a rare instance where we were all just like, these are all fucking, like, I think especially Ed Wood discussion, all of us were just like, this is fucking rocked.
Yeah. That was one of the first movies that we all really loved.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
it's hard for me. I really liked Superman. I really liked the Krisha episode too, just because I think we were all so into that movie and kind of like shocked by like how much we actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the earlier episodes where we kind of all enjoyed something together, whereas before I feel like there's a lot of like contrast. I think the Butt Boy episode was really good too, where we had Rendon on, because I think it was really funny how like I was so stoked on the movie and ended up Nick really enjoyed it more than all of us. I just think that was really funny. Also the friendship episode I really enjoyed too.
Yeah,
I don't know what
really,
it was.
We got into the weeds on comedy on that one, remember?
Yeah, that one was fun. There's a lot of good episodes, man. I would say probably Superman's our best episode. Maybe the Krisha episode is the one I had the most fun doing.
Yeah. I think I might agree with that actually. That was really fun. Because we talked about the Oscars there too. I know it's kind of lame or whatever, but I love doing like quick take reactions to that stuff. That's kind of fun too. Just like reading off the nominees and everything. But wait, I sent you guys a couple more questions about the movies that we watched. I thought that we could do at least the no.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, sure.
Because they didn't watch the Iron Giant, but they watched the other two. So wait, hold on. I have them. I think I sent them to you guys, but I have them on my phone. So the question was, for No Country, do you think the movie would work without Tommy Lee Jones's intro narration?
I think
I
it
think
would.
this-
I just think it would be missing like a puzzle piece.
I don't think so. I think there's so many scenes in this movie that were like very essential for this all to come together as the masterpiece that it is. Like I think that scene with Llewellyn's wife is like very important. I think the ending scene and monologue is incredibly important for all the themes to be sent home. And the opening monologue. I think this movie had almost anything taken out of it, it wouldn't have hit near as hard as it did.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. But I definitely feel that way about the intro monologue, just talking about that 14-year-old boy who, you know, the paper said it was a crime of passion, but he said there wasn't any passion to it and that he would do it again as soon as he got out. Like that's such that's like, you know, foreshadowing the type of violence that Anton Chigurh is bringing to the picture, the type of violence that he doesn't understand. So I feel like without that piece to it, it would have felt far more thematically hollow, because that's kind of what links it all together at the end, you know? So I think it's absolutely essential. It's like one of the most important parts of the movie. But yeah, so the other question was about the trailers in Tropic Thunder, which we already commented on. But did you feel like generally, how do you feel about the trailers? Because it's such a unique choice in the movie. Like, do you feel like that elevated the movie in some ways, or was it sort of cheap to give away too much of the characterization in that way? Like, how do you feel about that?
I think it's just a smart way of kind of, like you said during that discussion, of establishing the kind of role these characters have in Hollywood. Like, where they rank in terms of actors. I don't know if it's like if you removed it, I think the movie still would have been fine. But I think it's kind of like it would be if it was removed, it would be missing like a really fun opening hook, because it does catch everyone off guard. Where you're like, oh, fake trailers, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it's essential, but I definitely think they were very well done. Which they're funny, they're quotable, so I think they're effective. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I love the trailers in the beginning. Like, if it all hinges on how well, if they were kind of stupid and not hilarious, like it would be kind of gimmicky, I think. But they just did it so fucking well. I mean, everything that they were parodying, they parodied it so well. That's a hard word to say multiple times in a row. Sorry, but you know, the Fatties 2 or Fatties 3 thing, fucking hilarious, like Nutty Professor type shit. Then the
Fatties fart too.
Yeah. Is that what they called it? Fart too? My bad.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, and Tug Speedman's so great, like the dumb action movie, which the way the trailers make it seem, it's like he's the only person alive left on Earth, and it's all like a hellscape. It's like, what is he even?
He's about to make a difference again.
What is he even trying to save? If the world has stayed like a fucking burning hell world for the entire run of 5 movies, like what is the point?
Well, no, because it was about the world freezing over, and it's like, but this time it's different. So like the world's just on fire this time.
Yeah.
What is it called? Like Meltdown?
Scorcher.
Yeah.
Scorcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but what's the tagline for
Global
6th
Meltdown.
movie?
Yeah, something like that.
They just announced the next Ice Age movie, and it's called Boiling Point, and I was like, that's hilarious. This is like the same thing.
It's literally Tug Speedman. But yeah, no, and then obviously the Kirk Lazarus one is the best one. It's so fucking funny at satirizing these like hoity-toity prestige dramas. Yeah, Oscar bait.
Yeah.
So fucking funny. Amazing. But yeah, so I like the trailers. I think it's good. So, but do we not have any other questions or anything?
I think that's all.
We had one more. I can read it real quick. It was by Rain Delay on YouTube, and he said, "Great stuff lately. Any hints as to future guests, topics, or themes for future episodes?"
Yep, Chris Stuckman will be on in 5,000 episodes. I don't really know. The thing with like future episodes is, if there's a big movie coming out, we will probably cover it, and then we usually tie in something interesting. Like we'll probably talk about Avatar when that comes out.
Yeah.
We don't really plan things out as much. I mean, we kind of do but only short term. So like as far as like what we're going to be doing a month from now, we probably have zero idea.
Yeah, in terms of guests, we basically just reach out to a bunch of people, and whoever says yes, we have them on. That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
So like I guess we're always thinking, when I'm on YouTube and I see a person with you know, a reasonable amount of subscribers that might say yes, I'll send them an email. But in terms of topics, I feel like I don't know. I think you guys would agree with this, but I feel like we've come into a groove now. I think we really got the meat and potatoes of what the show is now. Whether it's recommendations, or talking about new movies, or talking about ongoing series like The Last of Us or Peacemaker, or just going into dark woke political tangents. I think we are what we are at this point.
We've got a good flow.
Like what you're getting now is what you'll probably get in a year from now. I think
Yeah.
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 Maybe bigger, maybe better a little bit, but
Yep.
we're always honing our broadcasting skills.
Here's to another 50, or to another 38, or to another 49, or whatever.
Yeah.
47.
47.
I mean, do we have anything else we want to touch on, or do we want to talk about what we're going to do next week?
I think
we
let's
could
get
we
into
could
the
talk
next week's.
We could talk about Peacemaker if you guys want. No.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all want to.
I don't know if it's. Do you have a lot?
Not
to say
that
about
much.
this episode?
Not that much happened in this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think Tim Meadows was like a good addition. He was really funny.
Tim
But I
Meadows
feel like
was
it was
great.
kind of a setup. It's kind of a setup episode, though, don't you think?
Yeah, I feel like we should tie it into next episode. We have more to talk about.
It was basically just an episode to be like, everything has gotten to the lowest point it can possibly get for Peacemaker. Or not, it's not that bad, but he doesn't have any emotional ties to this world anymore. Harcourt's rejecting him. He loves his friends, but he's like, I want to go be with my dad and brother, So I'm excited
did
for
kind
it.
of-
With my dark woke dad.
It did kind of ease some of my worries I was talking about in the last episode, because it does feel like they're not necessarily just completely reverting everybody, and they're kind of trying to make us understand how they got to this point more so than they kind of just threw us into it in the first episode. I feel like I'm being eased into it a little more this episode.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about this will be quick. We're wrapping up soon, Ethan. I swear to God. Don't get too
It's
antsy.
fine.
But so yeah, the thing about Peacemaker that I really kind of question sometimes in both seasons is it's sort of like the pattern of the humor writing. Like they'll be in plot mode. They're in plot mode. Someone says something ridiculous. Then two characters bicker over the specificity of whatever the other person said, till the point where someone else, the more serious character like Myrn in the first season, will be like, is this important? We have to talk about the butterflies, like that happens like 4 or 5 times every episode, which is kind of a James Gunn thing, which I really appreciated wasn't in Superman that much. But in Peacemaker and Guardians, actually, it's very prominent, which is why I was never really a major James Gunn fan until Superman. I'm like, that kind of turned me. But do you guys know what I'm talking about at all?
I know what you mean. Yeah, sometimes the humor can be a bit grating, especially.
I agree. It's very like Deadpool in a way, but it doesn't really bother me in Peacemaker. And I feel like it honestly was kind of lacking. That was kind of what I was talking about, was lacking in the first episode, because I feel like a lot of the
straight up comedy in season 2 so far.
Yeah, I think Tim Meadows brought a little bit of that back into it, which I think helped.
Yeah, and that's when it's a character like, or when it's an actor like Tim Meadows doing it, I appreciate it more. Like that guy looks like he caught all the Pokemon. That was so funny. There's some really funny lines.
It's Pokemon. He's just like, oh, while you were learning that, I had 2 bitches on my dick.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like the show being a little bit more somber, because Peacemaker is a funny character, but he's also like kind of a tragic character.
Sad.
He's a sad guy.
Yeah.
I think like it's totally fitting for it to be at least a little bit dour while still breaking it up with humor. Obviously, I think they're riding that line really well so far this season. I'm pretty pumped for it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do.
It's kind of cool that the main like antagonist sort of is like the same character from Superman too. Like they're kind of tying it in.
Yeah, for sure. It's all connected, as Kevin Feige once said.
It's all connected.
But yeah, so let's get into the outro. That's fine.
Outro, real quick.
So,
Nick, what is your recommendation for next episode?
So next week, right, we're doing the Toxic Avenger and Caught Stealing. Is that right?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, because those are the 2 big movies out. I'm so excited for Toxic Avenger. I was going to waste my suggestion on the first Toxic Avenger, but I did that last time. So anybody who's watching or listening, I 100% recommend you go check out the first Toxic Avenger before we watch the new one, because I think it'll be good to be able to talk about the differences. I'm not going to recommend that. So if y'all don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. I'm going to be recommending, I forgot the year. Hold on, let me check the year for it.
What's the title though?
Oh, it's going to be 2009's Youth and Revolt.
Oh, nice, dude. I've always meant to watch that. That's sick.
Miguel Arteta.
I'm sorry, Nick. That sounded so sarcastic.
No, I really did. I've always meant to watch that because I told you I based my mustache for a while on Michael Cera in that movie, but it was just because of the trailer.
So this movie is like it's a very much like it's sort of similar to like Jennifer's Body, where it's very much a product of its time. Like I think it very much encapsulates that 2009 era. And I just think like as far like I want to hear what Nick thinks, and I want to know like what somebody who's younger and didn't really experience that era in the same way thinks about it.
It's very millennial coded.
And it's very millennial coded.
Right. Ethan's gonna have a tough time. Ethan hates millennial humor. He always calls me out for being millennial cringe.
All right. Well, millennial cringe aside, thank you all for watching episode 50 of Hate to Interrupt. If you enjoyed this and are watching on YouTube, please leave a like and a comment. And if you're listening to us on one of the audio-only platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, 5-star reviews really help us out a lot. And if you don't want to be spoiled for Youth and Revolt 2009, directed by Miguel Arteta, or is it just called Toxic Avenger, the new one?
Yeah, just the Toxic
Avenger and Caught Stealing. We'll be covering them all next episode. And until then, get stuck manized.
Get stuck manized.
Get stuck manized.